YouTube, BigH Trucking, coming to you from Cartersville, my home away from home, Georgia. I'm either in Georgia or I'm in Massachusetts. At least I'm in Georgia. Since I've been back out on the road, I've been in Georgia. This is my 6th time in Georgia. But I guess Georgia pays the bills, right? It's all good. I hope everybody's doing well. BigH Trucking. Sitting here again at Cartersville at a pilot. I didn't realize, but there was McDonald's, and I was looking forward to some McDonald's tonight, and they're being renovated. And across the street is a TA with a Burger King. So I'm going to sit back and figure out what to eat at Subway, because there's a Subway. I'm staring at the sign. But again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for my subscribers are now a steep 136. So thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. I wish I was more creative with my content, but it is what it is. I try to bring you some raw goings on here in the trucking world. It is absolutely 100% beautiful here in Georgia. It's about 72 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. There's absolutely, again, 100%. And I got a delivery tomorrow morning at 8:30. I'm about 50 miles away from the 90, and I was going to go down and get a little closer, but there seems to be problems with the traffic in, of course, Atlanta. Going to Atlanta on a Friday afternoon, or any afternoon for that matter, is potlucks picks. And rarely do I get to Atlanta without stopping and going, right? We all, as a truck driver, we all can relate to Atlanta. But a load's paying really good. I did 384 miles. That's all the load miles on the load was, 384 miles, and I was paying nearly $900. So you can't turn down that kind of load down. That's just incredible. Things are going well. Looking forward to going home in about 3 weeks or so. And yeah, I got really nothing to report. You know, I don't know. You know, I like making the driving videos, but from what I hear from others, that it's frowned upon with Prime, driving and making videos. Is it a distraction? Yeah and no. But policy's policy, so I guess you get to see some of this beautiful face from now on, making videos, and we try to give you, you know, get you some better content. But again, all is well, healthy, happy. I am looking forward to going home, like I said, in 3 weeks. And always looking forward to where my next destination's going to be, you know. Always looking forward to that. I can't wait. I really love to drive. And that's the prerequisite that you need to be a truck driver, a good truck driver, is loving to drive. Because everything in between is a head game. The toughest job I've ever done in my life is not truck driving. The hardest mental strength that you need is truck driving. As Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, says, it's the easiest job I've ever done, and I concur with that. It may not be that way for everyone, but for BigH Trucking, this job is the easiest job in the world. As long as you have common sense, you've got it. You will do phenomenal in this industry. But it's the mental part. I'm missing home, missing the wife, missing the girlfriend, the kids, the family, the house, the friends, whatever the situation may be. And when you're out for 6, 7, 8 weeks at a time, if not more, it can be, you have days where it's like, you know, free me, so to speak, you know. But you've got to be your own best friend. I've said that in previous videos, and that's the truth. You've got to be able to be your own best friend, because you spend a lot of time with yourself. You know, I don't know if I would want my girlfriend on the truck with me, because I do like the solitude. But then in the same token, right, it's like this balancing act, and that's the mental game that you have to play. I miss her, you know, deeply, as I'm sure you guys can relate to. But you've got to be strong-minded. You know, forget about the money. It's not when you're out here for as long as I'm out here for. The money is great. The money is satisfying on a Friday morning, but then after that, it's what do you do with the time? Because there's a lot of time in trucking. You know, you're either sleeping or you're driving, right? And in between that sleeping and driving, you're doing a lot of pondering. You're doing a lot of thinking. You know, and so I take my hat off to those who drive a truck for as long as they have, 20, 30 years. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I don't know if I could do it for that long, nor am I going to find out, because I'm not going to be in this industry in 10 years. There's no way, you know. But I also am grateful and have gratitude that I was able to accomplish driving an 80,000-pound machine and being able to back it into a spot that's so wide, you know. And that was my biggest fear in training, whether or not I could ever do it. And of course you can over the course of time, but you do doubt yourself, wondering if you can stick that truck in a spot, bang the dock, as they say. You know, unlike flatbed and tanker, there's not really a lot of backing. You just pull up and get loaded and go back around for the most part. From what the videos I've seen, very little backing. But hey, the more you do it, the better you become. You know, it's all about the setup. You always will hear the setup, and that's so the truth. But you know, just remember one thing, and that's just something that I kind of hold on to when I'm having those moments of loneliness, that we're helping the country move forward, right? Because we're not getting any, it's a thankless job, right? You go to the shipper and they should be happy to see you, and they're not, right? They're in their own world and in the midst of their own pressures of life, and with what's going on inside that building there. It seems like we're not appreciated. That's the word I'm looking for. It seems like no matter where we go, we just don't seem appreciated. The truck stops, you don't even get a friendly, very rarely. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I take that back. Most of the time you go to a truck stop, it's just, you know, robots. The people that work here really don't want to work here. They don't understand what the life of a trucker is, and nor did I before I got into this business. You know, it was very simple for me to just jump in the car, go down to the store, order something off the internet and whatever, and it was there, and not really understanding, knowing that there are people, men and women out here, that are sacrificing their families to make a living, to getting you the products and the goods that we need to survive. I mean, we deliver food. Without us drivers who drive reefer, we gotta become a hunter, right? You gotta go back into the old days where you had to go out and get your own game and skin it and process it. We help people, enable people to go down to the nearest their local store, for lack of better words, and able to get whatever they want because of truck drivers. It's all due to truck drivers. Everything that you wear, everything that you eat, everything that you have materialistically, whatever, roof over your head, It's all been delivered by a truck at some point, somewhere, somehow. So kudos. And that's what I think about when I'm in the slump, like when I'm having a mental, I'm having a, one of those pity pot moments. I never will, and I will never blame my company for any time I am going through a hard day. Sometimes I'm like, I shouldn't have taken this load. The shipper sucks. I'm never going to do this again. But when I look back on it, it had nothing to do with Prime. It had everything to do with just my outlook. I'll never blame any company, and nor have I blamed any company for things that turned out the way they turned out. It's your decision as a man or a woman. You make the decision whether or not you want to accept the load, whether or not you want to drive a day, night, how you run your clock. That has nothing to do with the company. It's all your decisions. And for anyone to sit there and start blaming a company because they're not getting their way is, I think, has lost their mind. Blame yourself. I've watched too many videos in the last, a couple of weeks. I stumbled upon somebody. They're going to remain nameless with me, but I did some research, and this person had the same problems, same complaining and whining at one company, came over to Prime, and is now having almost identical conflicts with Prime as he did with another company. That ain't Prime's fault, folks. That ain't Prime's fault. That's your fault. You've made decisions. Ain't nobody told you to deadhead 8 hours. Ain't nobody told you to deadhead 8 hours. That was a poor decision. Never deadhead. You know what? If it didn't work out, hey, listen, here's the deal. I was supposed to take an ACE 2 class. That seems to be the big thing now, ACE 2. And hey, listen, I'm always apt to learn something new, right? The more you know, the better off you are. When you think you know everything, you don't know nothing. So, hey, listen, let me take a class, whatever. I was supposed to do it on a Wednesday. I get a note, dispatch, whatever, a text from my fleet manager said it's been canceled. I said, all right, fine, no problem. No problem. I moved on with my day, got another load and made money. I ain't sit there and gripe and moan and groan that I gotta be. Come on, man, really? And then you're blaming Prime because of this or that or the other thing? Now, dude, that's on you. You've made a decision that, and his personality is probably more like if he doesn't get his way, he's going to start throwing temper tantrums. Don't throw temper tantrums. Figure it out. Move on. Don't sit there and moan and groan. Move on. If you got to vent about it, vent about it. But move on. Threatening to go to another company, you're just going to do the same thing you did at this company, at Prime, and you're going to carry it over to the next company, and the next company, and the next company. This guy is just completely shooting himself in the foot. But you know what? When you're young, you make those mistakes. You're not realizing, you're not thinking it through. And it's too bad because the guy's a pretty smart guy. He speaks very well. He just he wants what he wants when he wants it. And when he doesn't get his way, he throws a hissy fit and complains about it. I don't know what to say. But anyway, if you ever get to a point where you're down and out, you need to take a breather. Take a breather. Let your fleet manager know you need a breather, or go home. But don't sit there and start blaming the company. Company has nothing. Prime has nothing, or any company. Forget about Prime. Any company has nothing to do with most of the circumstances that come up. If I don't want to load, I don't want to load. If I want to be somewhere and it doesn't happen, all right, then we move on and we reschedule. I mean, how do I sit there and blame somebody? Because no company is perfect. None. Zero. Zilch. If you don't like a company, it's not a fit, then you move on. But you certainly don't sit there and start ripping them apart. I mean, I don't get it. I'm just lost. Anyway, folks, as I always say, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening. Trucking is a really great industry. It's hard on the brain. Make sure that you have someone to vent to when you're having a shitty day, because we're all going to have shitty days. But it'll all be fine. At the end, it'll all be fine. And it may not be for you. You know what? You may come out on the road 6 months and a year later. It may not be for you. And that's fine. It took you that long to figure it out. Move on. Find another career. There's plenty of different careers out here, especially now the job market is ripe. It is just full of jobs. Trucking may not be for you. Or you get to a point where you just wake up one day and you've had enough of trucking. Or for that matter, any other career that you may have. And that's fine. You can move on. But sit there to rip a company and then tell them that, you know, and then bashing them on YouTube, that's unprofessional, man. Unprofessional. Not happy, move on. All right, folks, listen. Thanks for stopping by BigH Trucking. Please like and subscribe. I got 136 subscribers, so thank you each and every one of you for stopping by. A lot of distractions because it's like 5:30 in the afternoon in Georgia, and trucks are flying in and out of here, and people are walking. So I'm easily distracted. I'm tired. I've been going since yesterday afternoon with naps here and there. So finally tonight I can get a good night's sleep. Get going about 5:15. Get to my receiver, which is only 50 miles down the road, and we'll rinse and repeat. Until the next video, stay safe. Make good decisions. Be honest with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. Don't just start pointing fingers. Because 99.9% of the time, it ain't the company. It's you. It's you who makes that decision. Think about that for a second. Be a man or a woman. Be a professional. And then ask yourself, is this really what you want to do? Because again, if you're going to jump from here to there, to there, to there, you're just carrying, it's just, you have to figure out why you are doing what you're doing. And some people never do. But till next video, stay safe, make good decisions, peace out.